Here we go, the land of speculation and wild fantasy. What's up guys, it's Codiak here from Exiled Power, and today we're going deep into the wormhole. During the last release of the PTR for 7.3, data miners and avid followers of Blizzard uncovered signs that point towards the next expansion pack for World of Warcraft. Now, I want to say that there is no definitive evidence that claims are true, but since it's my job to talk about WoW stuff, I figured we'd discuss it and we could just talk about what's on the horizon for the game. So the first piece of evidence we have uncovered during the PTR data mining was 8 new icons for a Kul Tiras quest armor set. Now these icons follow a particular naming scheme often used for quest gear in previous expansions. Diving into this a bit more, players pulled up the gear in the model viewer and discovered a map stitched into the sides of the robe. This is where things get really interesting. The map is clearly visible and represents a zone not currently in World of Warcraft. Digging a little deeper and referencing some other images, you can clearly see the similarities to the Datamined map and Kul Tiras maps from other Warcraft franchises. From those of you who don't know, the Kul Tiras have been around the Warcraft universe for a long time. The human city-state is located southwest of Lordaeron and west of Cosmodan. Many players speculated that we would see Kul Tiras become a major player during the Cataclysm, but during the transformation of Azeroth, little was actually revealed. Now, many players will remember Lord Admiral Dalen Proudmoore, who used to rule the Kul Tiras. He was a staunch enemy of the Horde and commanded the naval forces during the Second War. Now, eventually he was killed by Rexxar during the Horde invasion of Theramore. Dalen's daughter, Jaina Proudmoore, is also at the center of the speculation surrounding a new expansion. If you've followed the story in Legion closely, you'll know that Jaina left the Kirin Tor and disappeared after Khadgar convinced the Council to readmit the Horde back into the fold. In her frustration, it would make sense for her to seek out and reconnect with her people and form a new alliance on her own agenda. Now, bringing our attention back to the map stitched into the robes for a second, you'll notice something else, our next clue. Underneath the map, drawn onto the cloth, are clearly tentacles reaching up and extending towards the map. You'll also notice barnacle-like ornaments that can only indicate one thing: N'Zoth. Now, Old God N'Zoth remains largely a mystery. As the only remaining Old God, he is thought to be an obvious choice for a new expansion, but has thus far stayed in the shadows. So let's connect the dots a bit more since we're already in the land of speculation. And for that, we have to head back to Azsuna on the Broken Islands. As many of you may remember, after spending hours questing in Azsuna, we attempted to stop Queen Azshara from obtaining the Tidestone of Golganath. Queen Azshara is believed to have been acting upon the wishes of N'Zoth, who may have been the one responsible for her transformation into a Naga during the Great Sundering. Now, another clue that we have is thanks to the Shadow Priest artifact Blade of the Black Empire. For those of you who don't know, the old gods were in power during the Primordial Age, which would later be known as the Black Empire. And for those players that don't play Shadow Priests, it's important to know that the Blade will often whisper seemingly random statements to Shadow Priests that adventure through the world. Now, one particular whisper from the Blade of the Black Empire sticks out. It says, "The god of the deep writhes in his prison, breaking free ever so slowly. You should hurry and defeat the fallen titan. There are greater battles yet to fight." I mean, come on. At this point, if you don't believe that we're heading towards a battle with N'Zoth, then I don't know what to tell you. The Fallen Titan is clearly Sargeras, who is largely speculated to be the final boss of the Legion expansion, and well, our next adventure, if you believe the Black Blade of the Empire, would clearly have us fighting another old god. Now, hopefully by now, everything is starting to add up. New quest armors, a map looking very similar to Kul Tiras, tentacles, barnacles, Queen Azshara, creepy blade whispers. I mean, all signs point to an expansion revolving around the Kul Tiras and Old God N'Zoth. Now, for those of you keeping score at home, this isn't the first time Blizzard has tipped its hand and revealed elements of a future expansion pack. Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, and Warlords of Draenor all had clues ahead of their launches that players wildly speculated about the future of the game. And that's it, at least for now. As we get closer to BlizzCon and the end of Legion, more news and leaks will surface that will swirl the WoW universe into an absolute frenzy. But for now, we'll have to focus our attention back on the Burning Legion, the Tomb of Sargeras, and Sargeras himself. If you have any thoughts on the next WoW expansion, what you'd like to see, where you'd like to go, or who you'd like to fight, leave them in the comments section below. If you are new to the channel, please remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. My name is Codiak, Raid Leader for Exiled Power. We will see you next time.